She had a video of her laying in the bed talking to him, twirling her tongue around, saying what she wanted to do. Then I scrolled down and he sent her a video of him playing with himself.
It was a whirlwind romance for Tamonya and Kory, who fell head over heels and married within 8 months of meeting. But as fast as they fell in love, they fell out of it too. And now, after only 3 months of marriage, they both want out.
She texts me, say, I'm in the hospital. Something happened to me. So I'm texting my good friend, I might need you to take me to the hospital. My wife in the hospital. He said, nah, I'm on a date right now.
You was on a date with her?
Right, he was on a date with her.
He had a woman in the back of the car getting it on, an unknown woman. So can you explain that?
Okay, can you explain that?
Your Honor.
Can this marriage exceed 90 days or has its shelf life expired? Today on Divorce Court.
Come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Tamonya Young and Kory Kane. The two of you have been married for 3 months?
Yeah. Ooh, that's it.
I had to reread it a couple times just to make sure I had it right. You two had been married for 3 months. You got married in Cleveland Heights Municipal Court.
Yes.
That was my courthouse for 8 years. That's where I came from. Are you from Cleveland Heights?
Yes, I am. I'm from Cleveland. Well, Cleveland Heights is the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's a coincidence that we get married in Cleveland Heights, which was your court, but then we come here to get divorced.
Get divorced 3 months later.
3 months later.
Mrs. Young, I'm gonna start with you. Why don't you tell me why you're looking to get divorced after only 3 months?
Why not? I mean, I'm married to a broke wannabe pimp. I mean, what? He ain't got nothing going for himself, you know?
A broke wannabe pimp?
Yeah.
That's hyperbole.
Broke wannabe pimp. No, it's not hyperbole. It's true.
It's
true.
I don't want to be a pimp. That's disrespectful.
It's true.
To even
Then what you want to be?
Don't call me a pimp. That's
What you want to be?
That's disrespectful.
Whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will not be doing this in here today. We've gotten off to a very bad start. I was enjoying the Cleveland Heights thing, and then it all went downhill from there.
I never
First
claimed
of all,
to be a
second
pimp.
thing, hey.
You don't have to claim to be.
Hey, you threw out that he's a broke wannabe pimp. I'm going to give him an opportunity to respond to that allegation.
Your Honor, this woman, my wife, was late to our wedding. An hour late. I sat there in Cleveland Heights courtroom. It was scheduled for 12 o'clock. I called her. In fact, I sent you a picture. I sent you a picture.
Ms. Young, I will talk to you when it is your turn. Do not speak unless I've spoken to you first. You got that covered?
Yep.
You sure you can do it?
Yes.
Mr. Kane.
Your Honor, I got married because I wanted everything to be right in God's eyes.
My money.
And it was not about any money.
My money.
Okay, have a seat, Ms. Young. Have a seat.
It wasn't about any money because at the time I was working 2 jobs. So it wasn't about any money. And I was never coming at her on some wannabe pimping type stuff. We went to church together and wanted everything to be right in God's eyes. I said, I'm tired of us just sleeping with each other. Let's get married. I did ask her that. I did say that to her.
How long did you know her before you married her?
We had known each other through mutual friends for a couple years. I actually sent you a picture of our wedding day. You can see her in her scrubs because I sat there a whole hour waiting. She's not even trying to look at the camera or smile or anything else like that. You know, I could have walked out. And if I would have walked out,
but you stayed.
I wouldn't be here right now.
Okay. Ms. Young, if you can behave yourself, come on forward. Now, you tell me why you think he is a broke wannabe pimp.
Because he always trying to pin me out. Like, for instance, like, yes, I was late to our wedding and everything because I was working that day. What else am I supposed to do? If I'm paying for everything, I had to pay for the marriage license. I had to pay, 2 marriage licenses. He ripped up the first one because he was upset at me because he thought that I was supposed to be, quote unquote, cheating on him and everything. And, you know.
What you are.
I'm cheating on you? I'm
Yeah.
cheating on you?
You're a harlot.
Okay,
Well,
I'm a whore. Okay.
Ms. Young, did you cheat on him?
I've never cheated on him.
With my good friend.
Hold on, he cheating. He got women in the back.
Hang on. Hey.
All right.
You never cheated on him. Is that your contention?
I've never cheated. on
Ever,
him.
never, not one
Never,
time.
ever thought about
What about
cheating on
hooking
him.
up, Your Honor? Ask her about the message.
Hooking up, he had women in the back, sleeping with, getting it on with a woman in the back of the mouse car. One in the car, not arms.
This is, what? Come on now. Did you hook up with somebody else while you were married to him?
No.
Did you make plans to hook up? Was there inappropriate texting? Some kind of internet flirting going on?
No, never.
No
And
videos?
as a matter of fact, he had
Stop,
a woman,
stop.
he had a
I
woman
will
in the
get
back
to
of the
you.
car, and in my 84 Cutlass getting it on with a woman, an unknown woman. So
Okay.
can you explain that?
Okay, can you explain that?
Your Honor.
I hope it was
Your
good
Honor.
too.
Your
Ms.
Honor.
Young?
This is a lie. This is a bold-faced lie. This woman ain't never came in my house and caught me in a car with no woman.
bold-faced
So she just made that up about a whole
This
car.
is, but this,
You
this
need
is,
a man
this
up.
is,
I mean, for real.
Ms. Young.
This
He
is
having
a
a sucker attack
this
now.
is a figment
Straight
of her
sucker
imagination.
attack.
This is the reason.
Straight sucker
This is
attack.
one of
Ms.
the
Young?
main reasons why
You need a man up.
Ms.
I
Young, you are
definitely
not a
wanna
rational
separate.
person, are you?
She's
You're just
irrational.
incapable of following any orders. I will get to you.
And Your Honor, this is just one of her ways. She comes up in public, she's gonna come up with a way to justify her own disgusting whore actions.
When divorce court continues, will Tamonya admit to infidelity?
I scrolled up some more, and the day before, he said, where we gonna meet? She said, oh, I wanna meet up with you. She showed up at my house at 5 o'clock, smelling like Irish Spring. 5 a.m.
Is the ink on your marriage license barely dry, but you're already ready to call it quits? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court is back with the case of Tamonya Young, who wants to divorce her husband after only 3 months of marriage because she says he doesn't provide for her. But is Kory's hygiene the real reason this marriage is circling the drain?
Look at this.
Now, I'm not quite sure what you're showing me there.
You want to smell it? I mean, for real?
Mr. Kane, did she cheat on you with a friend of yours?
Yes.
Tell me about that, and don't you
Now-
open your mouth.
Now, this was just days ago. Just days ago. Just days ago, I entered in the house, and I took her cell phone. She does this to me all the time. Phone check. So I grab her phone.
She hollers phone check
She
and
hollers
checks your
phone check. She's like, phone check. She takes the phone. And so I do it to her. The messages are right there. She was actually in midst of texting my good friend at that time.
And what was she saying?
She had a video of her laying in the bed talking to him, twirling her tongue around, saying what she wanted to do. Then I scrolled down, and he's sending her a video of him playing with himself out in the open. Then I scrolled up some more, and the day before, he said, where we gonna meet? She said, oh, I wanna meet up with you. And he said, where we gonna meet at? And they said they gonna meet in the parking lot. And then the day before that, I hadn't heard from her all day. She showed up at my house at 5 o'clock smelling like Irish Spring. 5 a.m. 5 a.m. I hadn't talked to her all day, Your Honor. And in fact, I scroll up even more. I look at more text messages. This ain't the first time. So she texts me, say, I'm in a hospital. Something happened to me. I'm calling this hospital. I'm calling that hospital. She's not there. I'm texting him because this is my good friend. I'm texting him, asking him to come and take me because she confiscated the car. That's what she do. When she don't want to get her way, she take the keys. Oh, you ain't taking no car.
Repo.
You ain't having nothing, right? Repo, right? So I'm texting my good friend. I might need you to take me to the hospital. My wife in the hospital. He said, man, I'm on a date right now.
He was on a date with her?
Right, he was on a date with her the whole time. The whole time, and then she shows up again the next morning.
Ms. Young, would you like to respond to those very specific allegations?
Now he's speaking hyperlific words. Now, because that's not
Hyper
that it's not true. It's not true and everything. Ask him about hooking up with girls off of the internet. Ask him about that.
No, I'm not going to. I asked you about hooking up with his buddy and doing texts and telling him what you wanted to do and saying you were at the hospital and all of that. Did any of that happen? Yeah, that's a yes.
Wait, hold on, wait. It's not my fault he ain't man enough for me. It's not true.
Right.
He's not man enough. It's not true.
Miss Young, you did it. Didn't you?
No, I never have cheated on him.
So all the stuff he told me about on the phone, all of that, he made that up.
She erased the messages. She creeped in my window, creeped in like a ninja, climbed through my window, and she took my phone. And then she erased the messages. She erased the messages out of my phone. She said, "Oh, yeah, that's what I came. I know what I came for."
Okay.
And he erased the messages out of my phone.
Okay.
See, everything that I told, my wife.
I got you, Mr. K.
What about these stank clothes right here? I'll show you. He don't even like, taking a bath, washing up, and brushing his damn teeth. As a matter of fact, with your sorry self. Look at this sock. Look at this sock. Look, all that stuff on there. Look at this. I mean, for real. For real, look at these drawers.
I heard you.
I mean, for real, look at this. I apologize. Look at this. Look at this.
Now, I'm not quite sure what you're showing me there.
You want to smell it? I mean, for
No,
real?
I don't want to smell it. I don't want to smell it.
You
leave it right there. But I don't understand what your complaint is.
My complaint is he
That's
never
work stuff.
It's
I
work.
started working
Hold on,
in.
how do you work? I mean,
Stuff I work in.
stuff you working. You ain't even got no
Yeah.
job. But your sorry self,
Right,
you ain't
okay.
got no. Where you work at?
Right.
Where you work at?
I do.
Okay.
All right, I don't gotta talk to
Miss
you.
Young,
Mr.
All
K,
right.
stop.
Type of work
Hold on,
I do.
I get you jobs. I get you jobs off the internet.
Okay.
Do you want me to put you up? Take the gloves off. Put the stuff down. Relax a minute. Keep the mouth shut.
When Divorce Court continues, what question finally silences Tamonya?
Oh, now she can't speak.
I can't. Hold on, wait.
Now she got nothing to say. From the story Kory told, do you think Tamonya cheated with his friend? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Kory Kane, who is divorcing his wife of only 3 months because he says she had sex with one of his good friends. But is Kory partly responsible for this marriage's failure?
Mr. Kane, she seems to be accusing you of some kind of lack of hygiene or something. Do you understand the nature of her complaint? Because I don't understand.
Lack of hygiene,
No,
not having
I
a
do
job,
not understand.
not having no job,
I
whatever.
do not understand.
Stop.
I do not understand the nature of her complaint. Now, what she has over there is stuff that I work in. Okay, I got basketball shorts that I put on when I come in from work. I do landscaping. I do roofing. I do side jobs, runner. Okay, I can be honest with you. I have a negative record. So by me having a negative record, I know people with degrees that it's hard for them to get work. But every day I get up consistently, even when I was doing a paper route, Your Honor, even if I gotta go and shovel mulch, even if I gotta go and do whatever, every single day I get up and I do it. When I make money, I give it to her. Soon as I make money, yeah, she's right. That's the reason why I did fall in love with her, because, yeah, she does help me to get jobs and work. But when I get the money, guess what I do? I give it to her. I don't go out and spend it. I don't go out and kick it with my buddies. I don't go out and kick it with no friends. I don't hang out or do anything like that. I give her the money to go on the bills. Every day I get up, I get out and I make sure that I work for, this family.
Have you two ever had a conversation? I mean, have you ever had an opportunity to sit down and say, hey, this is what I expect, this is what I want,
Yes.
this is what's good, this is what's
Yeah,
bad?
we sat down and had discussions. For one, after me putting all my beings on the table, everything about me, she knew from the beginning about my past. They asked Tamonya, well, if you knew all this, then why did you even marry him? If all this is a problem. You know what this woman said?
What?
Nothing. She slid down in her chair. She had nothing to say. And she's making that little grin right there. That's what she did. Oh, it was funny. I don't got to say why I married him. He know why, but why? Tell me why.
Why don't you tell me why?
Why?
Why'd you marry him? Did you know all that stuff about him before you married him? Oh, now she can't speak.
I can't. Hold on, wait.
Now she got nothing to say. I got a question. I want to know something.
You know what? I apologize because I married him because this is the man that I wanted to spend my rest of my life with. You know, he was because I loved him. I fell in love with him. I fell in love with who he was and everything. But I started falling out of love with him because he didn't keep the promises that he made to me.
He only had 90 days.
No, hold on. I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care.
You can't even explain it. It's nothing you wanted to explain.
You didn't keep the promises that you made me.
You want to sit here and tell me, let me explain it to you. Let me explain what happened.
Hang on. What promises did he not keep?
I've been faithful.
Ms. Young?
I give you my money.
Mr. Kane? Ms. Young?
Okay, to provide for me, to care for me, to love me, to keep his vow, through sickness and health, through all of that stuff.
Again, we got 90 days here.
No, hold on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No cheating, no lying, no nothing.
When divorce court continues, what is the breaking point that sent this marriage up in flames?
She blurts out, he the devil. That's why. He the Lucifer.
From the story Kory told, do you think Tamonya cheated with his friend? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
Divorce Court returns with the case of Tamonya Young and Kory Kane, who are divorcing after a 3-month run.
Ms. Young, you want me to award you $300 for termination charge on a cell phone plan. Explain that to me.
He can't get a cell phone in his name and everything because his credit is shot and everything. So I got the phone up under my name. And I want, the phone out of my name and everything. And they said it's $300 for the early termination fee.
Okay, do you have any information for me, any receipts, anything about the termination fee, the contract, something for me to see? That would be a no. Mr. Kane, why don't you tell me why you don't believe that you owe her $300 for the termination fee on her phone?
Your Honor, I already had a no contract phone that I was paying, no problem.
Making?
Ms. Young?
No problem. I had no problem paying $50 a month for this no contract phone. That's why they came out with no contract phones for people who don't have the best type of credit to get a phone.
Makes sense.
So she has this bright idea. Well, why don't you just come up? We get the family plan. I go ahead and all right, let's get it. Boom. And a matter of fact, this how rude she is. While we in this same store and I'm getting this phone, I see a guy from church and he asks me, well, I haven't seen you. Why haven't you got involved, with the ministry? She blurts out, he the devil. That's why. He the Lucifer. All he care about is money. Everybody's laughing, but nobody laughed in the store.
Right.
And nobody laughed in the store. $300, it was $50. It was $50.
I have heard enough.
I walked away, Your Honor.
Mr. Kane, I've heard enough. You knew who he was when he married him.
No,
he was a good guy with a bad record. He didn't have any credit. He got a little criminal history, and you knew who he was. You can't fix that right away, and you can't beat him up with who he used to be when he's trying to be a better man. You can't do that. And in 90 days, you want him to somehow overcome all of these negative consequences that you knew he had and was trying to work with. Even given that, he was out there doing the roof, shoveling, doing newspapers, just in order to show up like a man. Waited for you an hour at the Cleveland Heights Municipal Court to marry you. I wouldn't have waited for my husband, and I'm crazy about him if he was an hour late. So I don't know what you expected or what you thought he needed to show up with, and I believe every word he said about you messing with his friend. I think you are loud, rude, unruly, and just raggedy. And I am not going to give you a dime. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
All right. Parties may leave the courtroom.
I got married because I just wanted to be right in the sight of God. I wanted things to be right for my life because I've been in negative situations, but now, I'm out of this jail cell marriage.
I don't think that this marriage is worth fighting for. it's not even a marriage. It's basically living hell, a day in, a day out. It just, no. Fight for what? Fight for his sorry self? No. No. So,
Somebody can fight.
hey, more power to him. Hey, wish them luck.